Hi, this is Sarah Griffith with Scaped Outdoors. I wanted to make a short video for you today and talk to you about what it's like when we come to your home and we perform work there. And I wanted to talk to you in particular today about the hours that you can expect us on site. So what I'm going to do is review with you the times you can expect, and then I'm going to talk to you about the why behind it, so that you feel better informed if you're getting ready to go under contract with us. So I first want to tell you that my husband Kevin and I run this business together, but we also have a family at home. We have 3 small children, and we very much value our family time. So that plays into a lot of our time of day, and I'll get into that more in a minute, but I just wanted to preface that. So I want you to know that typically most municipalities prefer that we start not super early in the morning, and so we tend to do 8 to 5. Those are our hours on site for our clients. So you can expect Kevin to be there typically around 8 a.m. Sometimes it'll be a little bit after, depending on if he has to stop at one of our suppliers to pick up stone for the day for your job or any other materials. But typically, he likes to do an 8 a.m. start, and then he likes to do a hard stop at 5 o'clock. And the reason being for that is because when Kevin leaves the job site, he's coming home to a warm meal that's sitting on the table for him. He's coming home to children who want to tell him about his day, who want to spend time with him, who also need him to help take them to practice and all the other things that come along with being a really active and engaged parent. And so when quitting time hits, he is going to be leaving at that time for that reason, because after he spends his day at your home, there's a whole nother chapter of his day waiting for him that he needs to show up for. So we treat that almost as if it's an appointment, and we try not to cancel appointments. So we don't like to leave the kids hanging that dad's not coming home for dinner. Now, I will tell you that there are situations, for example, pretend there's a rainstorm coming and Kevin is on the part of your job where, say, he's putting in a patio and he knows that he's ready to sand. If the weather looks bad for the next day, there's a small chance that sometimes he'll call me and say, Sarah, I really need to stay later. I'm trying to beat this storm. I need to sand tonight, and I'm going to work for a few more hours afterwards. But things like that are more rare than anything in this chapter of our business. In the beginning, it was more common, but now we really try to be intentional about our time. So here and there, you may see him past 5 o'clock, but for the most part, you are going to see him go home. Now, I will also have a conversation with you about the weekends. And so when we were first building our business, we thought that we had to work 24/7. Kevin would, work all day. He'd do quotes at night. He'd build for people on the weekends. He worked 7 days a week. And in the beginning, that is absolutely what it takes to scale a business. And so we did that. We lived out that chapter. I will tell you, as a wife and as a mom, that was my least favorite chapter of having this business. But it was a necessary chapter because we wanted to grow. And that's sort of just what it took in the beginning. But we did a lot of reflecting as a couple and as business owners. And we really realized, you know what? You can have both. You can be successful, and you can also have boundaries and time with your family. And that matters to us more than, being able to take on extra jobs just on the weekend. We don't do that anymore. So if you see Kevin on a weekend, it could be because we have a trip coming up. So occasionally, if we have a vacation planned, you may see him try to stack days and work through a weekend. You may see him, again, same if it's been a lot of rain. This is really weather. When weather plays into it, sometimes that will force him to say, you know what, I really do need to work on the weekend. And that is because we really try hard to stick to our calendar. And so when a client goes under contract with us, we give them an estimated start date. And Kevin is very, very punctual, and he typically is always there when he says he will be. And so we like to honor that. So if we find that the weather has been hard and now your job is lagging, we know there's another one coming right after yours that we need to be ready to start. So these are just situations where you may see him evening, weekend, but for the most part, you are going to be able to count on the fact that he will be there throughout the day on your site. And I have said this in other videos and on social media, but I'm going to just say it as a reminder. we very much value working on one project at a time. So you are not going to find Kevin on your job site in the morning and then leaving for the afternoon to go somewhere else. That's not going to happen. That is something that is like a core value to us, that when we start, and we stay until we're done. So just know that those are things you can expect should you choose to work with us. I just love to be transparent and upfront, and I think it helps to, set the precedence of the expectations of what you'll get from Kevin and what you'll get from us while you're working with Scaped Outdoors. So we look forward to spending time at your home, and we just really appreciate your willingness to be understanding so that we can have family time. It matters a lot to us, so appreciate that.